We are to spring training in Season 2 of Pirates franchise, and I do want to address a couple things from Season 1 and the offseason. A lot of you guys really advocated for keeping David Bednar. Don't overreact after one season. That's fair. I get that, only 28. He is a part of the future, even if it is only the near future. But yes, we're keeping Big Dave Bednar, 6'1", 245, a pure gas, and a curveball. If you did not watch the offseason episode, we brought in Luis Severino. He is our new best pitcher, second best overall player on the team, but his impact should be near the top of the line. It's coming off a down 2022, but I have the utmost confidence that he can bounce back, similarly to the way he has bounced back in real life this year, and that's just staying healthy. The talent has never been in question, and Sevy has been dominant in 2022 so far in real life. So I'm hoping that in 2023 in video game land, Sevy is every bit as dominant. We spent a lot this free agency. We brought in Chad Kuhl, former Pirate. Welcome back. He was here obviously for quite some time and had a great year in 2022. I'm hoping that we see similar things in 2023. And what I will say is that some of these guys are like not rentals per se, but I bought them with the whole idea of selling them. So Chad Kuhl could be a trade deadline piece. I don't know how competitive we're going to be in 2023, but if Kuhl performs like he did in 2022, could be somebody that gets moved. Same thing with a lot of pieces in the bullpen. We signed a lot of players. Shane Green is 34, coming off a great year in 2022 with the Dodgers. We are planning on moving him if all goes well. Keone Kela, we signed him to a bit of a longer deal through 2025, but he could be someone that gets moved. Had an exceptional 2022. He's a guy that I really wanted to bring in just to see what he can do. And again, another former Pirate. Where is he here? Spent a few years in Pittsburgh, and welcome back. And then the 34-year-old Alex Colomé. Again, coming off a very solid year for Colorado where it's a bit tough to pitch. As you guys may or may not know, it is very challenging to pitch in Colorado with the high atmosphere, or high elevation, I should say. And the ball flies. It's tough to get the spin and the break on the ball. So very great performance, I would say, overall. Big outfield. A lot of hits are going to drop that normally might be outs. So any ERA sub 3, I think, is spectacular. He is 34, though. Definitely someone I would consider moving as well. And we made a big trade for Gavin Sheets. He's only a 74 overall, but is coming off a great year, in my opinion, where he hit 251. I didn't realize I was blocking the numbers, by the way. But you've heard them, hopefully. But he hit 251 with an on-base over 300, slugged over 500, and that's an OPS over 800. Very good year, and that's for someone that's still developing, crushes right-handers. I'm really excited for what he may bring to the lineup. And then we have some young prospects. Nick Gonzalez should start the year at the major league level, but there are a number of players that we have to figure out their role. Like, does Glaber go back to short? Is it Nick Gonzalez? Is it O'Neal Cruz? Who plays first base? A few people said it's unrealistic to move Franmil Reyes to first base, and I get that to some degree. He's not going to be an everyday first baseman, but keep in mind, it's like first base is that position that guys move to. It's like the guys that have never played first base do move to first base, at least try it out. Nelson Cruz has been a first baseman. Joe Mauer was never a first baseman, was a catcher, occasional DH, and then just moved to primary first base / DH for the second half of his career. So he never played in first base until he did. So, I mean, Gary Sheffield, first base for a minute, right? It's like guys that never played that just end up moving there, trying it to get them in the lineup somehow. But now that we have a DH, it's less of a big deal. And I am starting some of the younger guys at the major league level. Carlos Salazar, 18 years old, probably not even done growing yet. Might give him an extra inch or two from 5'7". But he is a really good young prospect. Talk about a guy that's pretty well-rounded so far, outside of fielding. He's not a great defensive player. Does have first base despite being 5'7". Very bizarre. Might end up being his best role, but he's 5'7". So, again, at 18 years old, I might give him an inch or two. Just to make that a little bit more realistic. But great hitting already. Is a switch hitter. So I could see him making an impact right away. And then in left field, we have Frank Reedy. Is starting spring training with the club. Great contact, power's not all the way there yet, but is only 21 years old. Good speed, okay defense for a younger player. I don't know if these guys make the major league squad right away, but I at least want to see what they're capable of in spring training. The other big name is Henry Davis. We don't really have a catcher. Michael Perez had a pretty good year last year, so I'm okay with starting him. I mean, 769 OPS is kind of unbelievable for Michael Perez. Was a part-time player, but Henry Davis is our catcher of the future. I hope that he can be the guy in 2023, but he may not start at the major league level again. We're going to see what he can do in spring training. So that's a lot of that taken care of. Player lock is the next thing. Some of you, for whatever reason, hate player lock, and long story short, I don't care. I don't care. It's a good way to show off a player, focusing on that player for part of that episode at least. I have been doing full games along with the player lock. It's a good way to see another game or another set of games where the focus is on one guy that I want to key in on. So if you're crying about player lock, tough shit. I don't know what to tell you. And in spring training, we are going to do a hefty bit of player lock, starting out with Gavin Sheets for the first game. Luis Severino is on the hill, our new ace. Could have focused on him. But in spring training, I want to focus on the newest guy that can give us pop at the top of the order, and that should be Gavin Sheets. We're hoping Sebi can dominate here in Pittsburgh, but obviously we are in Florida for this game, spring training. And runner on first with one down. Sebi against Randy Arozarena, as we are looking from the side. That's going to be hit on the ground. Let's get over to first. We'll take the out. Thought Sevi might try to turn the double play there, but opts to go for the easy out. First AB for Gavin Sheets. The last thing is where we are now, which some people talk about, oh, why no PCI? Why are you using only timing? I want to see other stuff. The reason I'm doing this is to focus more on the player's attributes rather than my own skill. Long story short, again, even on Legend difficulty, I think I'm too good. And you've seen that last season sometimes when I wasn't even as good at the game as I am now. It's just not supposed to be about me. I'm more of that commentator that will break the fourth wall. I'm the GM of the team. And it isn't supposed to be how good am I at the game. It's about these guys showing the story of this Pirates franchise. So that's why we're staying in timing based as opposed to me using the PCI in zone hitting and making contact. 3-2 count, though, to Gavin Sheets against Tyler Glasnow. Former Pirate, was traded in the Chris Archer deal. And he'll challenge Sheets and just get a piece, foul that back. And fastball by him, 98. Sheets can't get a piece. But we do get a second AB, thankfully, although Tampa is up 3-0. This is a big spot. Runners on first and second with one down. A big swing by Gavin Sheets could tie the game. And it just might. Sheets goes deep to right. Going back is the right fielder. Looking up. And it is out of here. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Gavin Sheets. First home run of spring training comes off the former Pirate Glasnow. And we are all tied at 3. You can see that one coming from a mile away. The big bat and the big power of Gavin Sheets. Runners on first and second, setting up the 3-run home run. And look at little Carlos Salazar at 5'7" on second base. Dude looks like Jose Altuve. He is miniature. But it's all right as long as he can hit. Third AB for Sheets, and that one's no doubt about it. Back-to-back homers for Gavin Sheets. And that's exactly why we made a trade for him. 2-home run game here in spring training. This one comes off of Aaron Slegers. And that one was hit with a sledgehammer. Gavin Sheets, dude. Couldn't have expected anything like this when we made a move for him. But if this spring training performance is any indicator of how good he might be in the regular season for us, this was a home run of a trade, no pun intended. Can he flash the leather, though, is what we'll wonder. He won't have a chance. Oh, great moment. Look at Sheets. What a play. Off the lefty, though, that's where Sheets has trouble. So we'll see what this at-bat can tell us. Of course, he was a second-round pick in the 2017 draft. We've seen him versus right-handers. He is split heavy. He's a platoon bat that will be a starter in our lineup. But against lefties, he might be a lot lower in the order. Still has decent power. Just nothing spectacular as he swings through a cutter. 2-2 count to Gavin Sheets. Oh, good cutter from Josh Fleming. Sword. Gets Sheets with a little half swing. Into the 9th inning now. It's David Bednar on the mound. He'll face Jonathan Aranda to lead off. Quickly get the ground ball to second base. There's one down. Now with 2 outs in the inning, the Rays only have Travis Shaw to try and extend it. Ground ball to second base. Throw on to first, and the Pirates have won their first spring training game against a former World Series contender. We'll see how they play in 2023, but of course they were in the World Series against the Dodgers just a couple years ago. So this is a good team. Solid roster, even though there's been some turnover. But overall, I think we'll take that performance. Sevy, not so bad. Need to see him do a little bit better. Huascar Ynoa picks up the W, and David Bednar with the save. But your MVP has to be Gavin Sheets. 2 homers, and hopefully we see a lot more of that in the regular season. Reynolds got a base knock. Of course, 5 ribbies for Sheets, 2 walks for Franmil Reyes, and a hit for Nick Gonzalez, who DH'd, a hit for Carlos Salazar, and a hit for Henry Davis. Hold on, that's the run column. My bad. Hit for Nick Gonzalez, but 2 runs for Salazar and Davis overall. No hits, though, and Davis walked. In Game 2, I do want to see what Carlos Salazar can do. No hits yet, unfortunately. I thought he may have had one, but no. He just reached maybe on a fielder's choice or an error. He's hitting in the 8th spot today against Spencer Turnbull, and hopefully he'll get a few chances. He is buried down at the bottom of this lineup, but he could be a potent threat. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Of course, very young, only 18 years old. So, you know, keep your expectations tapered off, but we might see something special from him down the line. Aaron Judge is on the Tigers. Oh, I don't want to see that. Here's Huascar Ynoa. He pitched 1 inning yesterday. And here is Carlos Salazar wasting little time to get a spot here in the 1st inning. Already up 2-0. Bases loaded for Salazar. And he's going to swing at the first pitch. Line drive to center. That one's going to get down. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. That'll score. And Carlos Salazar with the base knock here in spring training. His first major league hit. First professional hit. Has never played in the minors even. And it looks like he's a major league hitter already. Got a mistake. He is so small. But a big RBI single. Gets 2 runs in. And it's 4-0 Pirates. As Henry Davis will put that into play. And that is a nice play by the 3rd baseman for out number 3. Another runners in scoring position chance for Carlos Salazar. Runner on second. He'll take ball 1 high. He's got the smallest strike zone of all time, dude. He hits lefties pretty well. Has some power against lefties, too. So there's strike 1. If we get a mistake, Salazar does have the power against lefties to leave the yard. So I'm hoping we get to see a big swing. Ooh, good take. Cutter right off the plate. There is ball 3. Love the spot for Salazar here. 3-1 count. Really the best hitter's count you can get. And he will rope one back up the middle. More clutch hitting by Carlos Salazar will drive home another. He is 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. And of course those 2 singles. He got a mistake. Couldn't elevate. And that really actually wasn't even that bad of a pitch. 2-seamer, down and away. Still maybe too much of the zone there. But a really good swing by Salazar overall. And he's got some decent speed. Could be a stealing threat. Here's a 1-2 count. And Davis will put that into play. That one's going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Gathering, throwing, not in time. Javi Baez, usually with such a strong arm. But Henry Davis has excellent speed for a catcher. And he was able to run this ball out. Hit to the hole was always going to be a tough play for Baez, even with the cannon that he has. Davis just good wheels. And this inning stays alive for Bryan Reynolds. Had an MVP caliber season last season where he hit over 40 home runs. Great average. OPS was incredible. And this is a big spot for him. 3-1, 2 outs. And he'll put that one into play to the second baseman. And that will be the third out of the inning. Now, the true struggle of Salazar's game is in the outfield. Won't have a chance here. Not the best fielder in the world. Still young, could still develop that aspect of his game. He's got a league-ready bat, though, I would say. But we'll see what he can do with a chance here in the fifth, as this one doesn't really have to move and makes a nice play. That's a Gold Glove caliber play in left field by Carlos Salazar, who will hit this inning. Nick Gonzalez, keep Brian Hayes ahead of him. But, I mean, this game's pretty much all wrapped up. But another chance with runners in scoring position for Carlos Salazar. Runner on second base, 1 out against Matt Manning. Already showing a good eye. Oh, Salazar nearly hit. And the count is 3-0. Matt Manning scared to allow a run. And with Salazar at the plate, you just might. Fastball down the middle, though. Salazar taking all the way. Gets another heater down the middle. This one's hit to left center. Left fielder ranging over will make the play. Runner will tag, though, advance to third easily. That's Nick Gonzalez. Salazar makes his first out, but a productive out, you would say. And it does end up getting a run in. It's 8-0 Pirates. Salazar with another chance. Doesn't have to go far. Big hang time. Ray Guy punt hang time. Shane Leckler. I could name punters for days, you guys know. But that is an out. Salazar will get another at-bat with runners in scoring position. Runner on second, of course. Runner on first as well in this spot. And Salazar is swinging first pitch. Slider up in the zone. Deep to right. And Aaron Judge will watch it go. Carlos Salazar, 3-hit game, including a home run now. How many RBIs can we possibly have? Carlos Salazar sees Gavin Sheets' 5 RBI day. Says, I'll do you one better. Off-speed pitch, slider up in the zone. Salazar takes it, and that is his 5th RBI of the game. He's trying to beat Gavin Sheets. He might be on pace to with another AB here in the 9th, but we might not make it that far. Unless the Tigers score 13. It's 13-0. Pirates dominating here in spring training. This offense is fun, but keep in mind, it is only spring training. Salazar will get another chance to get that 6th RBI. Let's go, Salazar. Ooh, big swing and a miss. Salazar down 0-2 right now. Trying to work back, fight back in this count. Ooh, just off the plate for ball 2. Bit more of a hitter-friendly count here at 2-2. Although with 2 strikes, it's always going to be a little bit tough. Here is a 2-2. Fastball turned on just off the plate. But that should be an easy fly out as Aaron Judge secures the catch. But the Pirates win big here. 13-0. And Carlos Salazar has to be your player of the game. Great game. Couple base knocks right back up the middle. The big home run. But this offense was exceptional. 18 hits overall. Henry Davis actually gets player of the game. Goes 4 for 5 with a homer and a double. 2 ribbies, 3 runs scored, but Salazar 3 for 5, home run, 6 RBIs. Did get 6. Oh, he drove in 2. He drove in 2 his first hit. That's right. My mistake. Nick Gonzalez 3 for 3, 2 doubles. Brian Hayes 2 for 4, 2 with a double. Hit for Bryan Reynolds, Cannon Smith and Jigba. Hit for Franmil Reyes. Hit for Joshua Baez, hit for O'Neal Cruz, 3 hits for Nick Gonzalez, a hit for Tucker, 2 hits for Hayes, 3 for Salazar, and 4 for Henry Davis. Salazar is my player of the game, but Henry Davis, he's making a push to start this year. What a game. Big start to spring training for us, no question about it. Simulating a bit further into spring training, we are 3-0 now, and we will player lock the newest Pittsburgh Pirate, or at least tied for it. It's Chad Kuhl. Welcome back to Pittsburgh. Hope he has a great game. And look at the averages. Keep in mind, it is only through 3 games, but we are raking right now. An 18-hit game will help with that. Chad Kuhl, great year last year. Hoping for more of the same. 1.24 whip is pretty good. Would be okay with bringing that number down a bit more. But the ERA, easily sub 3 is spectacular. But Story will start with a base knock. Maybe no. Great play over in right field. 4 out, number 1. That's the Franimal, I believe. Kind of tough to see with these angles sometimes. That's not a strike. Okay. Kuhl not getting the benefit of that call. Don't even know that there was a call there. That was just in the zone. Has fought back to 2-2 though. Here is the 2-2. Curveball up in the zone, and that one will sneak through. More contact than I would like so far. Slider up in the zone. That's not where you want that. Deep to left center. Reynolds ranging over will make the play. Chad Kuhl's given up some hard contact here to this Red Sox lineup. It is a good lineup. It really is. But that slider is supposed to be his best pitch, his primary pitch. And this Red Sox lineup is piecing it up. Might have to find different ways to get outs. Salazar will let this one fall in front of him. Runners on first and second now with 2 outs. Salazar's got to make a play. Coming on! And will make the play for the 3rd out. Not an easy inning for Chad Kuhl despite giving up 0 runs. Some hard contact, 2 hits. But no runs is no runs, right? 4-pitch walk to Bobby Dahlbeck. Just struggling to find the zone a little bit with Kuhl, but that should be a ground ball double play. Nope, getting past Gleyber Torres. And once again, multiple runners on against Chad Kuhl. Kuhl can just not find the zone here. Gonna walk Mike Zunino. Bases loaded for the top of the Red Sox order. That's not good. And Story rips one to left center field. This one will get down. 1 run scores. Here comes number 2. That run will score. 2-0 Boston. Chad Kuhl's getting rocked. Chad Kuhl has simply no control. That one's hit deep to left field. That one will leave the yard. 3-run home run for Xander Bogaerts. And Chad Kuhl's day will be done. I've seen enough. It is spring training, but I have seen more than enough. We'll bring in JT Brubaker. And yeah, pretty upset with the way this one went. Brubaker's able to get the last out of the inning, which is nice. We'll see what we can do here on offense, down 5-0. Don't have a hit yet, which is uncharacteristic of our offense so far. And we're just getting smashed today, unfortunately. Maybe a bit of a rally here, though? Nope. Get a couple of hits, but still cannot find home plate. Yeah, this is just one of those games, man. Just kind of is what it is. Red Sox running through us. We'll play out the last inning against Cutter Crawford. No Cutter, by the way. Although that is a sick name for a pitcher. Reynolds, ground ball to short. Easy out, number 2. It's actually the bottom of the 8th. I thought it was the 9th already. But it might as well be. This game is over. Get to see the new Pirate Shane Green for the first time. He seems to have a lot more control. It's out number 1. Oh, nice swing. That elevated sinker hit him. But so much movement on it. He thought that was in the strike zone. 5 inches of break. Actually isn't that much. Christian Arroyo is just terrible. Nice hack. Strike 3. Got Hassan Kim looking. 1-2-3 inning for Shane Green. We'll try to make the impossible rally against Brian Mata. 20 ERA in just an inning and a third. Hopefully that's the case. We might have a chance here. Although it all comes down to Tucupita Marcano. Maybe he can hit a 7-run home run. That would be neat. 1 out remaining for us in the bottom of the 9th. Have mustered no runs. This could change. Marcano goes deep to right. However, not deep enough. That's the game. We only mustered 3 hits, no runs, and Boston gets a 7-0 victory. Chad Coolman, no strikeouts, 5 hits, an inning and 2/3, 2 walks. I mean, just got shelled. Outside of Chad Cool pitching, we actually didn't perform that bad. 2 runs the rest of the game. And I do want to simulate through a lot of the rest of spring training, kind of get a better idea of how we're playing, as we only have 2 games against the Braves. But what a spring training. 16-11 for this team. Really not bad. However, all of our losses come on the right side of the screen pretty much, and all of our wins on the left side. But really, like, not a bad performance by us at all. 4th in the Grapefruit League. We'll take that. Let's check out the numbers, though. We'll sort by OPS here. Although, keep in mind, some of these guys have fewer ABs than others. But Diego Castillo, who is an actual Major League player for the Pirates, or at least has been, 1206 OPS, has homered. Not sure that he's going to end up making the Major League team, but is having a good spring training, good minor league player to have. Although, Key Brian Hayes, this is what I like to see. This is great from him. 377, 478, 649 slash line. That's an OPS over 1,100. He is playing very, very well. And he's a player who I need to see play better. Last season, very disappointing. So these are really good numbers for him overall. Joshua Baez, doing okay, but keep in mind, small sample size. Cole Tucker, same deal. But, you know, good minor league players. Baez is a good prospect for us. Hope that he can end up being a real big-time player for us. Once again, I forget I'm blocking some of these numbers, but you'll have to listen to me. Brian Reynolds, MVP type stuff again. He was great last year. 291, 375, 589 slash line, 963 OPS, 41 home runs. He was spectacular. About 40 doubles for him as well, and having a great spring training. O'Neal Cruz hitting for some average. This was not there last season. Had a bit of power, but was not hitting for good average. He is this spring training. Nick Gonzalez as well, looking like a very complete player. Love to see this from him. Gleyber Torres, not exactly hitting for a great average, but is getting on base, is slugging. So, decent spring training. And Henry Davis, 313, isn't walking at all, but 494 slug, 812 OPS. That's pretty good. No walks to his game, but hitting is getting better. Gavin Sheets had that hot game that we played, but overall, not performing super well, unfortunately. But we did see his 2 home runs of the 5. Carlos Salazar, again, we saw a good game, but 237, 280, 395 slash line for 675 OPS. Not quite good enough, but we saw flashes. The Franimal, ice cold in spring training. And also Frank Reedy was horrible. Very bad spring training for him, but also very young. These guys will be sent down to the minors. And the last game of spring training will be player lock with Henry Davis to see if he ends up making the team. Having a good spring training. Let's see what he can do against the Braves. 2 runs on the board already. Facing a decent pitcher, too. The young but often injured Mike Soroka. Henry Davis has worked the 3-1 count. He'd be a great 9-hitter to have, maybe even higher than that in the order. We'll get a pitch to hit here. However, he'll fly out to right. Can't really do too much more with it. Oh, when Davis guns the runner out at second trying to advance. Trying to figure out this little catching mechanic thing there. But yeah, Steven Souza gets on and Steven Souza gets off. Run around first, big speed. It's Anthony Alford, who some of you wanted to see get traded. But until guys like Salazar or Frank Reedy are ready, I like Anthony Alford, who had a decent season last year and left. Could move O'Neal Cruz out there. I understand that. But right now, maybe looking more like a DH situation with Gleyber or O'Neal Cruz some days, or even Nick Gonzalez some days. Another chance for Davis. Good throw, and he got him again. Don't run on Henry Davis. Why are you bothering? Very close play at second, but Tag got him. Second runner gunned down. Would love to see Davis get a hit, though. That would be really nice. Very close game here, top of the 8th. That one's going to be popped up. Davis should make a play. Pirates down by 1. We'll see if we can rally here in the 9th. Will Davis get at bat? He will. Runner on second. Base hit will tie the game. We need a hit off Colin McHugh. Fastball down the middle. Davis fouls it off. Good timing, just couldn't put it in play. And strike 3. Davis can't come up clutch. Kind of a rough game for him, but that's baseball sometimes, and the Braves end up getting the win as a result. Frustrating. Good offense from both teams. Souza would homer. Reynolds 2 for 2. Classic. Anthony Alford 2 for 4. Not having a great spring training, so that was big to see. And Roansy Contreras allows 2 earned runs, and that would be the game. So spring training is over. We saw the stats pretty much already. We've made some decisions about some of these guys already. Guys who are struggling, like Carlos Salazar will be moved down, like Frank Reedy moved down, and of course, that brings us to Joshua Baez as well. Hit well in limited attempts, limited ABs, but he is not going to start at the major league level. He'll be sent down to AAA. Now for the pitchers in spring training, Roansy Contreras got lit up. Kind of has been the trend so far. Might start him down at AAA. We saw him last year. I really wanted him to be our 5th starter. I don't think it's going to happen. He's just getting shelled too much. But Zach Thompson, pretty good. Huascar Ynoa, pretty good. Sevy, it looks like, was real solid. We got some good performance from our relievers. Jorge Alcala. Alex Colame's ERA is a little bit too high, but small sample size in spring training. We're not really worried about it. Shane Green, though, spectacular. Dwayne Underwood, when we pitched with him at AAA in some of the minor league games last season, he was great. Shut down in 17 1/3. He will make the major league team. I love what I've seen from Dwayne Underwood Jr. He will be making the team. Great for him. Gotta love that. Chad Kuhl, I mean, ERA got brought down a bit from where it was. Just that one just horrible start. Kayla was okay. Bednar was shut down. Brubaker was decent. Sam Howard, not too bad. And then we didn't really get to see everybody. But, yeah, I mean, Dwayne Underwood Jr., he's got to be on the major league team. Has to be. Only a 64 overall, but guess what? He's pitching like a player much better than that overall. We're going to see him. So it'll be JT Brubaker over Roansy Contreras. Relief pitchers, I mean, you guys know who it is. Dwayne Underwood not getting sent down. Getting called back up. Henry Davis will start at the major league level. Excited to see him. Of course, it'll be Glaber, Nick Gonzalez, Diego Castillo will make the MLB team. He hit really well. He's a good backup to have, good bench player, maybe play on occasion. Obviously, Gabriel Arias got sent down. O'Neal Cruz will start at shortstop. Frank Reedy not ready to play just yet. But Matt Frazier's going to stay at the MLB level. He's played pretty well for us when he's been on the field, so I'm excited to see what he can do. Center field will be Brian Reynolds and Greg Allen. And then right field right now is only Franmil Reyes, but we have some guys in behind like Carlos Salazar and Frank Reedy that I'm pretty excited about. So next episode you see will be opening day. We will see Luis Severino for the first time starting for the Pirates. And also, some of you were requesting numbers changes. I'm not sure who you mean. Maybe it's Henry Davis. Maybe it's Nick Gonzalez because they have, the higher numbers. But, I'm not sure what they're going to wear at the major league level because they're not there yet. And then guys like Frank Reedy, we don't know yet. Carlos Salazar, we don't know yet. We can decide when they make their major league debut. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're excited for the regular season. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.